we're reporting still from the Drinks Innovation Summit. With me, I have Nicole from Human Experience. Nicole, do you want to say hi?
Hi, everyone.
So, Nicole joins us from Human Experience, as I said, which is a mystery shopping business.
It is.
Nicole, tell us more.
Okay, well, I cut my teeth a very long time ago working at McDonald's, and mystery shopping was just part of what you did there to drive the culture that they wanted all around service, cleanliness and quality. And I've worked in retail, I've worked in hospitality, and service is just part of my DNA. And it was about 3 years ago, a couple of our clients, one in the supermarket industry and one in the liquor industry, approached us and said, would you consider doing some mystery shopping for us? And it was one of those moments where really I had no right to say yes, but we did because we're very passionate about service and also empowering staff to do their best. And that was 3 years ago, and now we've grown and it's now my only business and all that we do. So basically we work with organisations based on their service standards. So it's all bespoke, it's all customised, and our mystery shoppers are trained to their brand standards. They have to pass a knowledge test and off they go, and they're a customer and they basically answer some questions, and then the feedback goes back to the clients, and then there's a coaching conversation where there's a gap. It's a conversation around what did or didn't happen. It often informs reward and recognition schemes, KPIs, but really what we're about is shifting behaviour to change the results of the business. And we've seen some great examples of that, across our clients around Australia, and we also do New Zealand now too.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
So I have heard that your Human Experience business was actually, you went and did mystery shopping at all of the retail stores who are entrants at the Retail Drinks Awards.
I did, yeah.
Yep.
So, well, I didn't personally do it. So, no, we've done this project now for the past 3 years in the liquor industry. I actually met Michael Waters, the COO, on a cruise boat, and we got chatting. He's like, oh, my God, I think I need to get you guys in and potentially look at doing our awards, and this is our third year. So we get the lists of all the finalists, of which, there's around a couple of hundred.
Yeah.
And we send our mystery shoppers out. And actually this project is quite interesting because part of the mystery shop is a compliance check to see that the staff are asking for ID if they look under 25. So we have a very particular demographic. We actually are aiming for someone that's aged between 18 and 21. So they definitely look baby-faced. And they go in there and they buy some alcohol and assess the service standards and fill in their online form and come back, and then we end up with a whole lot of results that help them decide who are going to be the winner for Retailer of the Year or Online Retailer of the Year. It doesn't account for there's also a judging process as well, but it definitely contributes.
Well, it certainly helps. I mean, it's very difficult to be able to judge a store just from an online form, so having someone be able to go in there and actually have that experience.
Yeah, and hence we're Human Experience, right? Because it's, a lot of people think that service can't be measured, but it can be. So if you take, rather than saying, was the staff member friendly, like what does that mean to you? Means, subjective, right?
Yeah.
But so what we say to our clients, what does that service standard look like to you? Well, I want everyone acknowledged within 30 seconds. Great.
Yeah.
So were you acknowledged within 30 seconds of entering the store? Yes or no? And that's how you can make it objective. That's how you turn it into a coaching tool, and that's how you raise the standards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because one of the biggest things I know in my retail career I've gone through is, it's so esoteric. They say be friendly,
yes,
smile on your face, provide good customer service. One of the instructions was provide good customer service.
What does that look like?
What does that look like?
Yeah.
So if you lay out specific steps, and then you can also bring your training up to date. So it's very valuable.
And we work with a lot of businesses that have multiple outlets or multiple stores, and this is just giving them a line of sight on what's actually happening in store. And we are very passionate about catching people out doing the right thing. It's not a punitive tool, so people don't get in trouble. It's then a coaching conversation to have that's when we come back to shifting that behaviour to change the results. Yeah.
Because there is a bit of a perception, having worked in retail, mystery shoppers is a negative thing. It's sneaky and trying to catch you out.
Yeah.
So how are you trying to change that?
Yeah, it's a really good. It has absolutely been an issue that it's a catch-out tool.
Yeah.
We're really careful who we partner with, if I'm really honest.
Yeah.
And at the beginning of a project, we make sure that A, those service standards are communicated to the staff already, and B, that the management is saying, this is what we're doing, you're not going to get in trouble, we're just trying to find out what's happening on the floor. We'll get some great feedback, maybe we can even make some changes with this feedback. You might have a coaching conversation. So it's all how it's, spoken about from the beginning. And I go back to my roots at McDonald's, and that's what it was like. That's, okay, we got a crappy report. Who was involved? What was going on at the time? Let's have a conversation and see how we can make sure we do better next time. That's what it's about.
Yeah, absolutely. And so you mentioned as well you do online mystery shopping.
Yeah, we do.
That was
look, this was a great gig to have with Retail Drinks Australia to, mystery shop some online liquor retailers. So we're looking at a whole gamut of things. So we look at functionality of the site, the presentation of the site, the engagement of the site, but also we try and interact with the other. So what's the service like online, and then also delivery times and the service of the delivery as well. So that was a lot of fun. We did the 6 finalists, so not 200, but we did the 6 finalists there for online. So yeah.
So you would have tried out the new, I think, BWS Tap, Jimmy Briggs or anything like that?
So I'm thinking I don't want to give anything away, but we.
Oh, true. Okay.
Yes. Oh no, I can give you a few.
Well, we can embargo until after the awards.
Okay. Good. Okay, so we definitely did Shorty's Liquor. We did Vino Mofo. We did Good Pair Days. We did Celebrations. A couple of others as well. Yeah.
Because that is also quite recent. I know that there has been a lot of problems with trying to organise how you even deliver alcohol to people and work around those things. But I think it's an incredibly good customer experience to have that option as well.
Yeah.
Come out.
Yeah.
And so this leads into a problem that a lot of retailers have addressed. Retail is a challenge right now, and how do we make our customer experience good enough that we can have the customer loyalty and they come back and spend their hard-earned dollars?
I'll give you an example if I can. So one of our clients is Harris Farm Markets, who are a very well-known brand in New South Wales. So if you're outside New South Wales, you might not have heard of them. They're a challenger to Coles and Woolworths with high-quality fruit and veg and also grocery as well. And we've been working with them since the beginning. And over the course of 3 years, we worked out that if the customer was greeted in the first aisle by the fruit stacker, the 2 stores that did that consistently above every other store, and there's over 20 stores in their chain, had higher items per basket and had a higher average sale just by being greeted in the first aisle. And this is a beautiful thing because when you can actually measure this over time, you can see the results. So they've actually changed the way they roster now, and so that to give the best possible chance, because those fruit stackers are really busy as well, but they've changed the way they roster so as to increase the likelihood of there being just a smile or eye contact or a quick hello or a comment on something that's going on, and people will engage more with your store. So I think that's a really good example of how a person feels when they walk in and how they're treated has a direct impact on their spend. I think we know it intuitively, but that's the brilliant thing about mystery shopping is you can then actually keep reinforcing that and saying this is what you need to do and this is what it leads to, and let's keep raising the bar.
Yeah. I will always be a fan of data. I'd say data, get me that information and pass through it. So
we're doing that at the moment in the fitness industry. So we have a lot of fitness clients. I used to own and operate some fitness clubs, and so very passionate about that industry. And we're looking at the statistics for the member experience and actually layering that across member retention, churn, profitability, number of visits, all of those, and you can see the correlations. So what we know instinctively is there, but then it's about shifting the behaviour to give you the better results. Yeah.
And it all does mesh it. Like I was talking to Jess from Human Tribe before about how you train your staff to provide the best management experience, which rolls on to how the customers perceive the brand. And so, these sorts of things do mesh together, and something that retailers should think about to try and really improve how they get their dollars.
It's tough, right? Because when business is tough, it's like, where do I spend my dollar? And we absolutely, get that. And it can be really simple things. So you don't have to go the full bells and whistles, but it's like and then you actually find out what of your service elements drive performance as well. So going back to Harris Farm Markets, there were some things they were doing in their service promise that actually drive no value. Yeah. So they don't even ask their staff to do it anymore, and they save some hours there. So talk about data, it can actually really help drive those results to save money, but also drive revenue, drive higher average sales.
Well, this has been an incredibly fun conversation. Thank you so much for coming on the podcast, Nicole.
Thank you.
And enjoy the rest of the summit.
Thanks for having me.